State your name and occupation here at the Stock Show.
Ron Jeffries. I'm the general manager here at the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo.
And I really appreciate everything that you've done to set us up.
We're glad to have you here.
Sure. Now, this is something that you were curious about. The
Yes.
camera goes to the YouTube video, which is on the front page of my website, which people are watching. And this gentleman that you see here is the owner of the Campbell County Observer. That's Nick DeLotte, and he's running the board right now while we're doing the program. What is it that I went walking through the facility, and I saw 2 stories, and we rushed through as fast as we could, and we stopped at the food and didn't make it much further. How big is this facility, and how many exhibits do you have?
You know, the stock show generally draws about 300 to 330,000 people, depending on weather, over the 10 days. We actually have an entire week ahead of that with pre-stock show events. It's all horse-related, AQHA, NRCHA. And so we get a lot of traffic all week, the week before the stock show, but today's the official day for the stock show. We'll run now through February 9th. The last day at the Civic Center will be the 8th, and then we've got a buffalo sale and barrel racing out of the fairgrounds on the 9th. So it's a 10-day show, but it goes a lot longer than that.
So, and for those like me, I can honestly tell you, 2 years ago I came to Wyoming and went to my first rodeo. That was my first rodeo. And I got to sit up in the booth with the announcer and watch the whole thing. So that was, so besides the rodeo going on, I noticed that exhibits from some of the most amazing art that I've ever seen is located here.
This is the first year we've been an art show.
Yeah.
And we started last year. We ran some art classes, and they were just a matter of testing the waters to see what the interest was. We had tremendous interest in that. So we're doing classes, both adult and youth classes here this year as well. But we developed an entire art show. It's a leather show along with some silver work as well, and it is absolutely fantastic. I must have about 15 or maybe 20 saddles in there.
Right.
Incredible craftsmanship. We've got people working on products there, so you can see them demoing some of their skills.
Well, in fact, I'm going to call up, if I can get the computer to cooperate here. There is a photo that I brought up just a little while ago of a gentleman that's around the corner who does sculptures, and he brought up it's a big horse that's made out of, I didn't want to call it junk because I didn't want to
well, it is.
But it's junk. Okay, this thing, okay.
Well, you get it up on the screen here. What this is John Lopez is a South Dakota artist, and he makes these scrap iron projects, and he's done antelope, he's done cowboys, he's done cattle, and this particular one, he's done a workhorse, a plow horse. Yeah. And as you can see this
is part of it here. I'm going to do it from a different angle. This is the front of the horse. It's sideways for those who can't see. I'll call up another one. Literally, he goes out and finds junk and puts it together. There are chains. There are...
there's wire snips. There's wrenches. There's rake teeth. There are hubcaps. There are silverware.
On one of them, a photograph that he has, the front hooves are... I made the mistake of saying pistons, but that's not the word I was thinking of. Well, they're here we go. I mean,
the camshaft.
Yeah, right. I mean, and you can see it for those watching on video right now. You can see the different parts. These are forks that run up the back. See the bird that's in there as well. I mean, this is amazing what he puts together here, and this is the kind of artwork that you see at a stock show.
The skill that he has in this is that he can look at a piece of junk, and he can say that looks exactly like the nostril of a horse.
Yeah.
And bring it back out and make it work. And of course, this horse is life-size. It's a life-size plow horse.
Wow, it is, and that's where you and I would say that it's a piece of junk.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Do you have a few more minutes? We got to do a commercial break.
Sure. Let's go to commercial and come back.
Now, and before I do that, though, watch this, Nick. I'm going to get this guy to do a commercial for us. So, have you ever picked up Anybody's Auto magazine? It's the one that has all of the cars in it: airplanes, trucks, tractors.
I might have.
You might have, because you've seen it everywhere. You've seen it at your dentist's office, and any place that you might sit, convenience stores, any place that you might sit down, absolutely free.
Perfect.
Anybody's Auto, and there's also a house magazine that they have as well, which you can advertise in, which is better than Craigslist, because you don't know what you're going to get on Craigslist, but these guys actually kind of vet it. So if you would like to go ahead and put your items in Anybody's Auto, there was an airplane in there last week.
What kind?
It was a Beechcraft.
Okay.
Yeah. You fly?
Yeah. I don't fly. My dad flew, and that was enough to make me decide not to.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks to Anybody's Auto.
But you know, the Beechcraft is great for ranchers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a great plane.
Oh, a lot of ranchers in this area. I grew up on the East Coast. Yeah. Ranchers didn't have to fly across their ranch to survey the whole property.
Yes.
Around here, you kind of do.
Yeah. It becomes a part of the trade.
Right. All right. Well, hang in there. More with this gentleman from the Rapid City Show in just a minute. We are now at the Rapid City Stock Show. My name is Glenn Woods. Thanks for joining me. And sitting next to me is this guy. State your name and occupation again.
I am Ron Jeffries. I'm the general manager of the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo.
How long does it take to put together a stock show and rodeo?
365 days. It's all year round.
It's a full-time job, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You work at it here?
Yeah, no, actually our office is at the fairgrounds.
Okay.
And unlike most stock shows, we actually produce 3 events a year. We produce the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo, we produce the Central States Fair, and then we produce a Black Hills Barbecue Festival. You know, most of your stock shows are just a single stock show or stock show and fair combined. And we, for some reason, took on the idea of making them 2 separate events altogether.
And this is probably one of the biggest ones in the region.
It's by far the biggest in the region. You know, you got to go to Denver to get bigger.
Okay. Well, Bold Republic is on the radio. My name is Glenn Woods. It's just not the regular radio show today. So, okay. With the Rapid City Stock Show, I've talked with some young ladies from 4-H just before you, and they're doing a lot for the Ranchers Relief Fund out here, which is important. And I'm glad that that is part of the show.
Yes.
Are they the only ones raising money for the Ranchers Relief Fund?
You know, actually, there's several different activities going on for Ranchers Relief. And if you're familiar with Ranchers Relief, it's the product that came from the Storm Atlas. It happened in October, early October, and we lost over 40,000 head of cattle in the area, and it was really a devastating storm. And so what we've done is the Black Hills Stock Show has taken on a couple of different tasks. One of them is we've got a couple of different heifers that are going to roll over in auction, both on Monday for Angus Day and on Wednesday for Hereford Day. We also have a colt that was donated by Haythorn Ranch that will sell tomorrow, and that will also roll over as well. But again, 3 really good fundraisers that take place during the Black Hills Stock Show. In addition to that, Wednesday, February 5th at 2 o'clock, all of our vendors started coming in and bringing items for a relief auction. And so we have a massive collection of vendor items, and I mean everything from squeeze chutes to wire rollers to jewelries, purses. You know, you just can't believe boot certificates, and you can't believe the amount of stuff that's been donated for this Ranchers Relief. 100% of the proceeds on Wednesday, August 5th, 2 o'clock, 100% of the proceeds will go to the Ranchers Relief Program. So we're very excited to be able to host that.
Well, now, we had a fundraiser in Gillette for this as well and sent all the money this way. And one of the points that was made there, and somebody made the point to me here when I got here, was that we have to make sure that the Ranchers Relief doesn't just go away in the next couple of months. Because these guys, while I see a lot of smiling faces out there, these guys will be hurting for several years to come. This
is definitely a storm that will have an impact for at least 2 to 3 years on it. And you know, and there will be some people that really struggle through it. But, you know, the relief program has already raised over $3 million, and that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But it is still just the tip of the iceberg. It's still just the tip of the iceberg for what we need to do.
Okay. So when people are heading out here, and the show ends what date again?
We end Sunday, February 9th.
Okay. So there's plenty of time. Where can they go? Not, we know where they're going to go just to have a good time. Where can they go to find some place to donate, purchase, whatever the case is? Because these different vendors that you talked about.
Sure. The vendors' auction's on that Wednesday, August 5th at 2 o'clock, and all those items will be collected and auctioned off there. In fact, some of the ranchers are actually going to be there to provide ring service. So it's really a nice, touching feature for that auction. If you want to call and donate on either the cattle, the Angus or the Hereford cattle, or if you want to donate on the colt, you can call our office today, 605-355-3861, and we'll get you in touch with the auctioneer to put in a bid or provide some donation to that. And of course, we'll always have a pot at the door that you can donate to. A couple other items that take place. We do have a raffle of a gold-plated special edition 30-30 lever action rifle. It's very cool. It's done by hand engraving.
Is that the one that I saw?
Yes.
Okay, that thing is beautiful.
We should bring it over because it is very
well.
cool.
Actually, during I'll be talking with Tim from Tampa, which is one of the characters on the show here. So during this, during the break, during the next half hour, would you bring that over so everybody can see what this looks like? This thing is absolutely amazing. Who did the work on that one?
In Engraving. It's a local business here in Rapid City, and so they only make these specialty rifles. They're always collector's editions and limited edition. This is a single feature, and it's both a stock show and Ranchers Relief commemorative rifle. So it's a very cool thing. And raffle tickets are only $20. So get your raffle tickets. We'll sell them until we get through the stock show. And
well, I know my personal minder, Donna, over here, as soon as you bring this rifle over, is going to pitch in at least $20, probably more, when she sees what this rifle looks like.
It's very cool.
Real gold?
You bet.
It is. Wow. Thanks for joining me. And this looks a little bit different today. It's because we are broadcasting live from the Rapid City Stock Show, which is happening to the 9th, I believe, right?
Yes.
That's right. Now, before we get into who you are and while you're sitting here, Tim from Tampa over here is going to hand me the rifle. This is what we were talking about earlier. That's gold. That is hand done. You can go ahead and get a ticket for, let me get real close so somebody can see, so those watching on video can see this. You can go ahead and get a ticket to get this by raffle. Absolutely beautiful. And feels good as far as its weight goes, Tim. I really like that. I like the feel of it.